Why do you keep falling for the same person even when you know they are not good for you? Have you ever looked back at your relationships and thought, how did I end up here again? Different face, different chemistry, a different story in the beginning, but somehow the same emotional dynamic. Maybe they were emotionally unavailable. Maybe you had to work hard for their love. Maybe they felt confusing, inconsistent, self-absorbed, shut down, chaotic, or hard to reach. Maybe they pulled you in with intensity, but left you starving for the very things that you actually need to feel safe and loved. The most frustrating part is that you knew better. At least mentally, you knew better. You saw the red flags. You told yourself this time would be different. You may have even known early on that this person was not truly a good fit for you. So why do so many people keep choosing the same kind of person over and over again? I promise you, it's not because you secretly like pain. It's not simply because you have bad taste. Very often, it's because your nervous system is still organized around what love felt like in the beginning of your life. And if you stay with me in this video, I'm going to walk you through why familiarity can masquerade as attraction, how childhood emotional imprinting shapes adult relationship choices, and why knowing someone is wrong for you does not always stop your body from reaching for them anyway. I'm Danielle Rubio, and I help the trailblazing, high-achieving women heal anxiety, chronic stress, and relational patterns through nervous system regulation, somatic body-oriented therapies, and ancient mindfulness techniques that literally recode you to become who you're meant to be. And this conversation matters deeply because once you understand this pattern, you can stop making your relationship choices a moral failure on your part and start seeing them as a nervous system map. So let's start with something most people never get taught. We do not choose relationships from the mind nearly as much as we think we do. We like to believe we are choosing based on values, compatibility, maturity, conscious preference, and sometimes we are. But much of the time, especially when there is unresolved attachment, wounding, trauma, chronic stress, or unmet developmental needs, we are choosing from imprint. We are choosing from what the body learned love feels like. That is a very different thing because your earliest relationships did not just shape your beliefs, they shaped your nervous system. And your nervous system is the software system of your entire personality. Early relationships shaped what your body learned to expect in connection, what felt normal, what felt safe enough, what felt exciting, what felt like home, what felt like love, even if it hurt. So if love in your early life was inconsistent, you may be magnetized toward inconsistency. If love felt conditional, you may choose people whose love you have to earn. If love came with emotional distance, you may find yourself deeply attracted to people who are hard to reach. If love required hyper-attunement to another person's moods, you may feel chemistry with people who make you monitor, anticipate, or work for stability. This is one of the hardest truths to healing. What is familiar to the nervous system can feel more compelling than what is actually healthy. Let that land. What is familiar to the nervous system can feel more compelling to you than what is actually healthy. And that is why someone can be good on paper, kind, stable, available, and genuinely interested in you. And yet your body feels flat, while someone else is confusing, hot and cold, slightly out of reach, emotionally unreliable, and suddenly your whole body is lighting up when they're around. People often call that chemistry, but sometimes it's actually just activation. This is where we have to get very honest. A lot of adult romantic longing is not only about the person in front of us, it is also about the child in us trying to get the secure attachment and love in the only way that they were imprinted to do so. Plus, because the pain is unresolved, there is an unconscious hope for repair through a similar kind of dynamic. Unconsciously, we keep choosing versions of the original relational pain point, hoping this time we will master it, heal it, win it, and finally receive from it what we did not receive before. Most of the time, this does not heal the wound, though. It actually repeats it because we are not actually choosing from freedom, we are choosing from programming. This is why insight alone is often not enough to fix this. You can understand your pattern intellectually and yet still feel pulled to the same kind of person. You can say, I know this person is emotionally unavailable and still crave them. You can say, I know this dynamic is not good for me and still feel bonded. You can even be highly self-aware and still repeat the pattern. Why? Because the body is not primarily moved by your intellectual analysis. It is moved by imprint, attachment, sensation, nervous system, familiarity. That is why someone can be wrong for you and still feel like home. Intensity is not the same as intimacy. Familiarity is not the same as safety. Let's make this even more concrete because I really want you to be able to heal this. If you grew up needing to earn love, you may feel deeply invested in people who make you prove yourself. If you grew up around unpredictability, stable love may initially feel boring because your body is accustomed to arousal, scanning, waiting, and emotional whiplash. If you grew up with emotional neglect, you may normalize being unseen. If your caregivers were self-absorbed, not regulated, or unavailable, you may unconsciously pair love with self-abandonment. If your nervous system had to become highly adaptive to maintain connection, you may now overfunction relationships and call that devotion. This is why healing relational patterns requires more than making a new list of standards. Standards matter. Discernment matters. But if your body still equates love with longing, effort, confusion, instability, emotional hunger, then healthy love can feel unfamiliar enough that you do not know how to settle into it. You're not a vibrational match, so to speak. This is also why you're going to sabotage your good relationships. So what actually begins to change this? First, we have to stop asking only, why am I attracted to the wrong people? And we have to begin asking, what does my nervous system still mistake for love? That question changes everything. It moves you out of shame and into inquiry. It helps you see that your patterns are not random. They are organized, highly organized. They make sense. They were adaptive. At one point, they helped you survive, belong, and stay attached. The second shift is learning to recognize the difference between activation and true connection. Activation often feels urgent, obsessive, all-consuming, high stakes, destabilizing, like your worth is on the line. True connection may feel warm, clear, grounded, open, steady, and at times almost unfamiliar. And its simplicity at times might even feel boring. One relationship makes you spin. The other, the healthy one, lets you exhale. If your body has been conditioned by inconsistency, the exhale can feel strange at first. But strange does not mean it's wrong. Sometimes strange is what healing feels like in the beginning. The deeper work is to build enough capacity in the nervous system that you are no longer only drawn to what is familiar. This is why somatic work matters so much, because this is how we access that software. This is how we access the nervous system. Because if the imprint lives in the body, then the body has to be a part of healing. The body and nervous system, they work hand in hand. You have to begin noticing what kinds of people activate longing in me. What sensations show up when I feel drawn in? What am I hoping to finally get here? What old emotional atmosphere does this person recreate? What part of me comes alive in these dynamics? And what part of me gets abandoned? This is where the pattern starts to loosen. When you become deeply honest about what your system is still searching for. And then using somatic and movement therapy, you begin to give yourself new experiences of safety, steadiness, truth, and self-possession. Because ultimately, healing this pattern is not just about finding a better partner. It is about creating new neural pathways of what true safety is inside of your own body. And then you become less available for relationships that require you to betray yourself. It is about no longer confusing emotional deprivation with depth and no longer calling anxiety chemistry. It is about teaching the body that love can be peaceful and still be profound. So if you keep choosing the same type of person, I want you to know this. Your pattern is evidence that your body learned to love in a particular environment and has been trying to recreate, resolve, or repair that environment ever since. This doesn't have to be your destiny. With awareness, nervous system work, and embodied healing, you can begin to choose from a different place, from clarity, from self-trust, groundedness, from a body that no longer confuses familiar pain with intimacy. And that is going to change everything. That's going to change your entire life. So look, if this resonated and you are ready to start healing the deeper patterns underneath anxiety, overgiving, emotional looping, and relational dysregulation, my course, Rewire to Rise, is a powerful place to begin. It's go at your own pace. It's appropriate for all levels with lifetime access that literally recodes your old programming. Inside, I guide you through nervous system-based somatic practices to help you come out of survival mode and the inner state that changes how you relate to yourself, how you relate to love, how you relate to all aspects in your life. You can find the link below. And if this video landed for you, leave me a comment. Tell me what relationship pattern you've started recognizing in yourself, because together we become stronger and stronger, and we're all walking each other home. Till next time, take good care.